Hey, Rob Nieves here with Skilled Pastor. Today, I want to talk to you about who you should be listening to and who you should not be listening to as it pertains to church management software. Now, many of you do not know this because I don't necessarily advertise it, but I work as a sales rep for a church management company. And I talk to many churches. And in my experience of talking to many churches, I've realized that there's one person that you should not listen to that you would think you would want to listen to for this kind of a purchase, and then a person that you really need to be paying attention to what they say. So one person that you're gonna probably say, hey, why don't you sit out on this one? And then another person that you're gonna say, hey, I want you to sit in and I want to listen to what your thoughts are. And here's the person. Every church has them. It's your local church IT guy. Now that can range from somebody that just owns more than one computer. Maybe they own 3 devices and you're like, wow, he's a computer genius, or she's a computer genius. Or it could be the person that's really highly technical, maybe a software engineer that you might have in your church. But to be honest with you, regardless of where they're at on that spectrum, I want you to know that they're typically not the person you want to listen to as it pertains to software for your church. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but the reality is that many of these people are highly technical, and the questions that they ask and the things that they're looking for are very different typically than the things that the user, your church admin typically, that's the person that's going to be using it. The questions that they have are very different from that highly technical person. Now, I totally get why you would want your IT professional to sit in, and I totally get why you would want to listen. But it's almost like saying, I need to buy a minivan. I have a friend that is an IndyCar car racer, and he's one of those drivers, right? He drives in the Indy 500. So I want to ask him, what do I need for my minivan for my family? Listen, that's the wrong question. You're asking the wrong person. That person is knowledgeable, but what they're looking for in software, what they're looking for in things like computing is very different than what you might actually need. So if I were you, and I had to make a decision for church management software, I'd probably tell my IT guy, hey, just kind of hang tight here. And I'd probably start asking questions to my church admin, because ultimately that's the person that's going to be using it, right? It's not going to be my IT professional. My IT professional is an IT professional. And maybe if I buy software that appeals to the IT professional, well, guess what? Maybe no one else will be able to use it, because you have to be an IT professional to use it. So as you're considering church management software, I just wanted to give you this piece of advice. Now, you take it with a grain of salt, right? You don't know me from a hole in the wall, and you can totally disagree with me about this, but you really need to tell your IT person, say, hey, I really want to listen in to what my church admin, to my church treasurer, what their needs are, what is it that they're looking for, right? I don't need all the mega gigabytes of whatever, right? I just need something that we can use for our church, that our church admin can use. Maybe you just need a minivan and you don't need a race car. You just need something simple, but it's something that's right for your church. So anyway, I don't know if you agree with me, if you disagree. If you disagree, feel free to leave in the comments below. If you're a church admin and you agree, go ahead and leave it on the comments below so that your pastors maybe can see this. But I just wanted to offer that piece of advice. I hope it helps you.